In April of 2015, I found a Kickstarter called Bluz, which offered a cloud-connected Bluetooth LE development kit that could be run off a coin cell battery for months or even years on end. The picture right here shows the Bluz with a similar product called the Particle Photon, released earlier last year. The Photon has quickly become one of my favorites for developing maker projects, and I figured that a Bluetooth LE dev kit would be a great addition to my maker tools. After a bit of wait, it arrived on my doorstep, and I figured that I would record an unboxing video and early review of the product. It came in a regularly packaged padded mailer envelope with a Bluz sticker, and since I pledged $49, I received what they call the wearables kit, which included one Bluz dev kit, a coin cell battery shield, and an accelerometer shield. The accelerometer shield was actually created by SparkFun in the time that it took for this Bluz to be shipped out, so I had already purchased one on my own, but an extra is always good. The Bluz itself is very similar to the Particle Photon and actually has the same footprint so that it can take advantage of the same shields as the Photon. The coin cell battery shield allows a Bluz to be powered off a simple coin cell battery. Included in this shield is an on-off switch that is surprisingly missing from the number of other battery shields that I've bought and tested. Overall, it's a nice package. A big difference between the Bluz and the Photon is that the Bluz does not have a micro USB port for powering it. This is partly due to the fact that it can supposedly last longer periods of time on very little battery. Due to this, the recommended method of powering it is to use the coin cell shield or the VIN or 3.3 volt pin. Because I didn't have a method of powering it through the VIN or 3.3 volt pin directly, I decided to use a particle shield in order to break out a DC power connection. Here I am plugging in a DC power cable to the Bluz and the shield to power it on. One huge thing to note is that as of right now, all Bluz need to be connected to a gateway or the Bluz iOS or Android apps in order to communicate to the cloud. While there are plans to open source the iOS or Android connection code, they haven't been released yet, and this is a pretty big limitation factor for anyone like myself that wants to use a direct communication line between Bluetooth devices and the Bluz. What you can see me doing here is connecting the Bluz to an iPad using the Bluz iOS app. By doing this, I can then program it using Particle's regular development process. Now that it's connected, I can go into Particle's normal build IDE online and select the device that is my Bluz device. I can then create a custom application. In this case, I'm calling it bluz.ino, and I will just make a simple blinky application that blinks an LED on pins D6. After it's been reflashed with this new application, it will then begin to blink the LED. And there you go. The application is now loaded and running on the Bluz. I have yet to test out the claim that it can last months or years on a single coin cell battery, but we'll be using it in future projects and we'll be testing this out. There is one difference in the code that supposedly helps the Bluz achieve this feat. The code inside the loop function contains a system.sleep call in the default sketch. Subscribe for more content and leave a comment below if you want me to cover more of this type of product or build more prototypes.